as I was saying, there is a master worker above me. And through the guardian angel Samuel Lama and Archangel Warren, they will tell me, and let me know if something should be posted inside my kingdom or not. So for the rest of you commoners out there, and I know a lot of you don't like this national pastor or this noble calling, you commoners, but I'm afraid that a lot of you are commoners, because if you take offense when you enter my kingdom, remember, that's somebody's private intellectual property, it's somebody's private kingdom. It's not a public property, please, people. That's correct. So you ought to respect my ground rules and my special conditions. That is not a normal TV. That is not a normal TV, and that is not a place for commoners, for people that want to treat it like a TV. It is not a TV. And I think for a lot of you, you're starting to learn now. My CKCTV Facebook has become a court, has now become a court. That's correct. It's now, in that particular, it's now become a court. But normally it's a church TV. That's correct. Now it has an interactive kind of, technology built in naturally. And the other thing you need to understand is that if I say I'm a Pākehā, then you all know I'm a Pākehā. So there's no compromising. I'm not going to please you all by posting stuff that you think, that the stuff that you prefer or that you like to watch or you prefer to listen to. I'm a natural noble pastor. I've got my Lord and for my Queen as well, and his father, and our Lord so-called Father. I've got a big boss above me. And they will decide what I should preach and what I should minister about and what topic should be covered. Naturally. So, whatever I say, that's how it is. It's not a question of, well, you shouldn't say that. Well, I'm a noble. I'm more privileged than a lot of you. Despite my bank account may not be in the thousands and the millions, but, like Jesus, I work for the kingdom. I work for a kingdom. I have a job that I do. And what I do on my Crystal Kingdom Church TV, that's registered as a company, or on my CKCTV Facebook, that is my job. My vocation is actually a natural noble pastor, a meek one. And inside my soul designation as a natural noble pastor, that is meek, like childlike, I have other designations that are built in my so-called intellectual property. One being a Knight Templar, and the other one is a Black Knight from Deadpool Village. That's correct. And you're already starting to learn what it means to be in a court. And also what it means to dispense justice. Now, well, I did dispense justice. I've already done it. You can see by my style of preaching that the white nigger, that the racist white nigger has been sentenced and has been punished and has been also been exposed by Her Majesty Queen Snow Brown. That's correct. In the manner that I preach. And a lot of you will not like, because it's the truth, because it's honest and it's straightforward and it's upfront. And of course, I'm not going to cover up the truth to make it pretty for you all, so that it satisfies your needs. My job as a natural noble pastor, when I'm in the courts of, when I'm in Crystal Kingdom Church, Crystal Kingdom Court of Her Majesty Queen Snow Brown, my job is to dispense justice. And that is to speak about the truth and talk about righteous things. That's correct. But really to expose the enemies of the state of Crystal Kingdom Church or Crystal Kingdom. And of course, we had the young man from Australia, 23-year-old, the fit power lifter. That's correct. Now, there's an example right there where I dispense justice, where Her Majesty Queen Snow Brown, through her representative here, being Dr. Snow Brown, gave a judgment upon the government of Australia. That's correct. For what? For their so-called political propaganda? Well, for raising our hopes, or let's just say for lying to us. And the government of New Zealand is also guilty of the same thing. Telling us and raising our hopes, enforcing laws, and enforcing, making, what do you call it? Forcing us against our will to get vaccinated, to get vaxxed. That's correct, for the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think the question that the kingdom, that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Her Majesty Queen Snow Brown raises through this natural pastor, this representative, is with all those millions and billions of money that the government invested in, buying this vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, that would have, I was told, the first one or the second shot that I was given, that it came from Austria, which is right next to the place where Adolf Hitler was born, where he came from. That's correct. So I'm thinking, if they spent that much millions or billions to get this, vaccine for us to